Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, I'm going to talk about selling online from a different angle. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the fourth year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, and we are broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released shortly. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 243. We're talking about you need more formality online when presenting to Japanese buyers. Selling to a buyer in person and selling to the same Japanese buyer online are worlds apart. Yet, how many salespeople are succeeding in making the transition? According to our clients seeking virtual sales training, not enough. COVID has revealed a lot of salespeople weaknesses, which were hidden in the face-to-face sales call world. Wishing things get better is a plan. Not a very good plan because things don't appear like they're going to get better for quite some time. There's also the fact that a lot of companies are not going to have staff in the office every day anymore. So, selling online isn't going to disappear as a part of our reality. Our skills have to include this piece of the puzzle, whether we like it or not. What do we need to do? Here are some ideas to apply with your sales team and get them better able to get the deals, COVID or otherwise. First impressions, whether at the office venue or online, are critical. Posture sounds like an unlikely choice for something to focus on, but think about the body language clues we pick up from people according to the way they hold themselves. Online, we need to be quite formal, sitting up ramrod straight, or if we are standing, then standing tall. Our posture needs to convey confidence, competence, trust, and reliability. Sit forward, Roman style, toward the edge of the seat online, just as you would do in a face-to-face meeting. Get the camera lens up to eye height and frame yourself on screen so that your upper half of your body is visible. This becomes important when we want to use our gestures. Many people I see in online meetings never use their gestures when explaining things. Gestures work online too, but you have to make some adjustments. The corridor between your upper chest and your ear height is where to use gestures, because that way they will be easily seen. Also, don't wave your hands around. These fake backgrounds can't take that type of movement, so it means we need to maintain our gestures longer than usual and move our hands very slowly. You wouldn't slouch in the chair in front of a buyer in their office, and you would look them in the eye when you talk to them. Looking at their faces on screen looks like you are looking down on them when you're talking, and that cannot help build a good relationship. Instead, look straight at the lens and try to engage the buyer. We need to make greater use of our voice and lift the energy up at least 20% louder and stronger than usual to compensate for the power loss which the camera extracts. We need to hit keywords and phrases much stronger in order to give them emphasis. We also need to slow our speaking speed down because the audio on these video platforms is universally poor. Pauses become more important to allow what we have said be captured, processed, and understood. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. On the 25th of June, we're going to do, from our professional leadership series, the delegation process. On the 2nd of July, we'll look at addressing mistakes. On the 6th of July, motivational leadership. On the 9th of July, we're going to do vision, mission, and values. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com, and you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. We should eliminate ums and ahs because we've rehearsed our sales call online before we make it. We want to sound assured, confident, and convinced about what we are saying. Any vocal hesitations defeat that. If it's so, we have to get rid of these verbal tics. We need to lead off with our credibility statement. This is a brief highlight of our USP or unique selling proposition. We should be using the screen share function to show any visuals supporting what we're saying. For example, one of our USPs is longevity, having stood the test of time. For that purpose, we show the New York skyline as it looked in 1912 when the company was founded, and the Tokyo skyline in 1963 when we opened in Japan. This visually is much more powerful than just saying we started in 1912 and 1963. Next, we should put up a draft agenda for the call using the screen share function. In this agenda, we specify why speaking with us is a good idea. We nominate that we're going to discuss their current situation and their desired future situation, as well as barriers challenging them for reaching their targets. We ask them if they would like to add any points to the agenda so that they feel ownership of the plan for the call. If they have any additions, then we just type them straight into the document and put it all back up on screen. As we work our way through the detail, it is important to check for understanding. One of the bad elements of online meetings is that buyers multitask while we are talking. In person, they can't do it, but online is the new Wild West and there are few rules. This means we have to be insistent that they turn on their camera, even though this may uncover some pushback or reluctance. We need to set this up. We both appreciate that mutual trust is very important in business, so let's both turn our cameras on today while we have this meeting. If they won't even turn their camera on, you have to ask yourself if this is really a prospect you should be spending any time with. After the meeting, we need to send a lot of data they can look at in their own time. Japan is the data vortex of the universe, and the basic rule is you can never give Japanese buyers too much information. If they ask for a quotation or a proposal, then we should make an appointment right there and then for the next meeting for you to take them through it. Never send the document ahead of the meeting. Arrange the next meeting and then use the screen share function to take them through it. Send the actual document after the meeting. This way you can control their understanding of the content and justify that big number on the last page because you can explain the value it represents. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.